Hello everyone, and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Vorse. Sometimes you got to wonder if the Pope and many of the American bishops even belong to the same church. It's no secret that an American Catholic church, nicknamed Am Church, has been forming and waiting in the wings for some time now. And let's be clear here, by American Catholic Church, we mean fake Catholics who want to set up their own version of the church right here in America and keep the name Catholic, but essentially gut everything else about it. These fake Catholics have been allowed to seize control of the church on many levels in the U.S. They have been aided in their efforts by blind guides in the bureaucracy, many of them bishops and their staffs, who care more about people liking them than they care about God loving them. Last week, as reported yesterday in The Vortex, Pope Benedict, the Bishop of Rome, made the ominous comparison of Western civilization having reached a stage where it now resembles the collapse of the Roman Empire. He said of those times, the sun was setting over an entire world. He also said because of the lack of clinging to a Christian heritage and the resulting ethical and moral evils that follow from that the very future of the world is at stake. Those are the words of the Holy Father. Which is why the comments last month by Archbishop of New York Timothy Dolan upon being elected president of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops are even more curious now than they were then. At a press conference following his election, a reporter asked him if he would change anything, meaning any of the policies of the USCCB. His answer was, nope, things are going fine. It's not like we're in a crisis or anything. So the Archbishop of New York, things are going fine. And the Bishop of Rome is saying the sun is setting on an entire world and the very future of that world is at stake. Talk about a divergence of opinion when assessing current affairs. Things are peachy. The end of civilization is just around the corner. No problems here. The future of the world is at stake. The church in America has been robbed and beaten up for going on 3 generations now. The liberal theologians and religious orders who want to see the establishment of an American Catholic Church have carefully painted a picture of everything being nice in the church. Oh yeah, there are a few problems here and there, but nothing to really worry about. They've spread this falsity throughout the church so that now even many bishops are willing to accept it. They paint their critics within the church as a lunatic fringe, overly concerned about abortion and homosexuality and sexual ethics, but somehow failing to see the real Catholic truth of social justice. And many bishops have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker. And on one level, you can understand why. Most people don't like conflict. Most people want to have things move along smoothly. Most people don't want to take whatever steps are necessary to fix a huge problem because it almost assuredly involves becoming unpopular and no longer being liked. Oh well. That approach also leaves souls in the lurch, unprepared to meet their Maker. The renegade Catholics in name only, who have the ears of many U.S. bishops, have served up their honey poison well. Nothing to see here, Your Excellency. Move along. Just some crazy, unsophisticated right-wing Catholics babbling on about sacraments and devotions and the liturgy. Move along. Since it's now clear in very stark terms, as evidenced by the public comments of the U.S. hierarchy compared to those of the Pope, that Rome and America simply do not see the condition of modern man the same way, it's now incumbent on Catholics in America to wake up and smell the coffee and begin to look to other sources for the faith other than press releases from their local chanceries. The Catholic Church is not an American phenomenon, much as heretical and liberal theologians would like to paint it. They are not telling you the truth. They are lying to you because they want to prepare the way for a whole new church. In many places, this whole new church is almost the de facto one already in operation. Dioceses where priests refuse to tell couples preparing for marriage about the evil of contraception, where schools teach essentially nothing about Christ, His church, and the sacraments, unless it's something false, where theologians and religious deny the truths of the faith, and all the while, the bishop is surrounded by people who like to keep him in the dark as much as possible and badmouth what little does get through to him from the faithful. Here's the issue then in a bottom line. The Pope is right and the American Catholic Church is wrong. The sun is setting on Western civilization, and yes, the very future of the world is at stake. It is in the balance. The functionaries who run the American Catholic Church have left most Catholics woefully unprepared for the coming calamity. So lay Catholics must now step forward and salvage what can be salvaged. Too many chanceries have their heads buried in the sand about or have been willful participants in the establishment of this fake church. In times gone by, when so much of the hierarchy had gone off the rails, it was some portion of the laity, loyal to the Pope, loyal to Peter, who preserved the faith. It's time to revisit our history. God bless you. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.